Welcome back. Time now for some health news. And this morning, I'm focusing on a conference that brings together the world's brightest minds in mental health and education. And while people all across the country will visit, it's happening right here in Dallas. Joining me in studio is Dr. Jessica Gomez, the executive director of the Momentous Institute. And I'm told you're the driving force behind all the work that's going on over there.
That's very kind. I have a team of passionate
Yes.
people that are working on this collectively to bring some of the brightest minds that are pushing the envelope in mental health for our Dallas community and those that are coming as well.
Absolutely. So I know we're going to focus on the conference here in just a second, but for folks who have no idea about the Momentous Institute, tell them about the organization.
Absolutely. We're a 100-year organization that is focused on working with children and families, and we provide education, mental health services, and training for professionals.
Okay, we want to talk about Changing the Odds Conference. That's the name, in my opinion, I feel like speaks for itself. But tell folks, what's the goal of this conference? We're bringing together all these like-minded folks.
The goal is to bring some of the brightest minds that are really thinking through innovative ways to work with children in different spaces, whether that's at school, at home, or with families, and to think about humans holistically. In order for children to learn, we need to pay attention to their mental health, to their physical health. So we bring those people from across the world here in Dallas so that our educators, our mental health providers, and change makers in the community can listen to them, be inspired, and take it back to their community to make a change.
And you know, I've been all up and through your website, okay? Your focus on youth, you just mentioned that quite a bit for this conference. What really stood out to me was how the organization says they want everyone to become emotionally thriving people. And with that in mind, who is this conference made for? Who would be the perfect attendee to show up there?
I would say any human that wants to know how they can thrive and take care of themselves, their mental health. And of course, if you're working with children, it'll benefit you. But really, we've pivoted the conference to focus on anyone that's invested in building communities where humans are thriving.
That's everybody.
That's all of us.
The speaker lineup is always something I look forward to seeing, and you just have, I mean, a fantastic lineup of folks that are going to be there. Give me some of the highlights and some of the topics that they'll be covering.
So Thursday evening, we'll kick off and invite our community to have an intimate fireside conversation with Dr. Nadine Burke-Harris, who put trauma and ACEs on the map. And then Friday, we have a full lineup of Nedra Tawwab, one of our clinical therapists that's really making mental health accessible, Dr. Adam Seance that looks at education, and relationships matter in education. It's not just math and science, but relationships. So we have a star lineup of just some of the most fantastic minds that are really going to talk to our audience about making a difference at a time where it's critical.
And I got to interview Nedra. I've been following her on Instagram for forever, so all of her Nedra nuggets, I'm all about it. So cool that you got her to come to Dallas. Let's also talk about other things you want people to know about the Momentous Institute and really how they can support the work that you guys are doing.
So we work with communities that would otherwise not have access to mental health services, and we are in the midst of a mental health crisis, so the work we do is critical. We're a small nonprofit that serves about 2,000 people in mental health services, a laboratory school, but they're small enough because we're researching everything we do to push it out into the world in the form of blogs, in the form of our conference, our curriculum. So if you go to our website, you see all that information, and it's all evidence-backed.
I was just going to say that and piggyback off of what you just mentioned. I love that all of the work is research-backed, and you guys are providing that on your website. By the way, I don't know who did your website, but let me just give a shout out to them because they did an amazing job putting your work front and center so people can know what they're going and finding there for you. So Dr. Gomez, thank you so much for joining us. A little more detail about the conference, folks. You can join national thought leaders in education and mental health at this conference. It takes place October 26th and 27th at the AT&T Performing Arts Center, the D. and Charles Wiley Theater that is in Dallas. And of course, we'll clip this interview and I'll have this posted for you online, and you see the link there where you can learn about this organization and buy tickets to the Changing the Odds Conference if you want to be in the building. And I'm hoping to see some of you there. Thank you.